back to my channel. So today I am doing another Halloween look. This is the 27th look I've done this year, so we are slowly winding down. But yeah, this is my infected nurse look. It is supposed to look like something bit a nurse or maybe a vet or whatever you want to be, and now you're infected with this pandemic. So I have some oozy prosthetics, I have some fake blood, and a little bit of glam makeup just to make it look like it kind of just happened out of nowhere. So if you want to see how I did this look, then just keep watching and make sure you subscribe. Alright, so for this look we're going to start with the eyes first, and I'm going to use a couple different palettes. I'm going to use the Rock Mega Pro, I'm going to use the Alien palette, and I'm going to use my Z palette. So let's start with the Z palette. I think this is going to be the best place to start. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and we are going to go into the color Soldier. It's kind of a mossy green. I think I used it earlier in the Halloween series. So I'm going to put this all over the eyelid. So this is going to kind of mimic my like dead body tutorial, where we just kind of layered a bunch of different shadows on top of each other. So that's what we're going to do today with this. We're just going to pack this all around, and it doesn't have to be super precise or anything, because we just want it to look like there is some sort of sickness in us. And bruises and stuff are more red and purple, where sickness is more green and yellow. So I'm going to just put this all around the eye to make them look really like the skin is super sickly. So all around, going in the sockets to sink them in. I'm sure you can already see the look coming together here. So, and you can layer it however you want, but I'm just starting with green first because I like starting with my darkest color, because I think it maps out the whole look a little better than if you start with your very lightest color. So for right now, that's all we're going to do with the eyes. I'm going to come back to the mouth in a minute here. I want to get my prosthetics on. So I have a few. These are from the Spirit Halloween collection, and this is the Oozing Wounds ones. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want them. I definitely want to use this one because it's really gross. It's like really oozy and disgusting. So I think I'm going to put this one kind of like down here so you can really see it. But I'm going to put it up more on my cheek so that it is not so, like it's not going to move around too much. So we are going to get some Spirit gum, and we're going to put this on the back of the prosthesis. Right, so here is the biggest, most really gooey looking one. And then I have another smaller one. I think I just have too small of a face to put this on as well, or like it's gonna do just the most and not look very good. So I think we're just gonna go with this one. I am gonna give it a trim though. So now that I have the prosthetics on, I'm going to take my foundation and just put a little bit of it in some normal places, just so we have a little bit of coverage going on. I'll just have to go around the prosthetic so it doesn't get too pretty looking. Like, I don't know that I could ever make these pretty, but just to also blend in the edges of the prosthetics. So now that we have the foundation on, we can go back in and add those green details that I was doing earlier. So I'm going to take the same color Soldier and put some by my mouth. And unfortunately, I don't have any latex, so I can't make my skin thicker on these edges, but we can add some green around it as well. Some under my nose as well, like on the Cupid's bow. Now I'm going to take the same brush with a little bit of gray eyeshadow and just do a bit of contouring on the cheeks. And then go over it with my foundation so it looks like I'm sunken in and not like I have a gray beard. And the color I'm going to use for this is Martian. It's this kind of dark yellow. It's not so bright. And we're going to put this on the edges. They look a little weird right now, but once it's all blended out and I add the purple, it'll look a little bit more realistic. The main thing is you just want to really swirl together where the colors meet. And it can get muddied, obviously. It's not as important as if you were doing pretty regular eyeshadow if the color's muddy, because it's going to look more realistic. So now I'm going to go into the Lorac Mega Pro 3 palette and take the color Eggplant, which is right up here at the top. And we're going to add this to the face. And I'm actually going to blend it with one of the big fluffy brushes, because this brush is not great for it, but it's good for laying it down, because I want this to be a bit more bruised and patchy. What I'm doing is I take like a round-ended brush like this elf one, and I kind of like dot it on like this, and then you take fluffy brush and you blend it down so it really gets down into the skin and looks more normal, like it's actually part of the skin there. So now, to keep in theme of details, I'm going to go into Eggplant with a liner brush, and we're going to draw some veins coming away from the eye here. And I just let the brush do what it wants, basically, and kind of have all these little things coming off of it. I especially want veins to be coming out of like these oozy parts, because those would be like your most infected areas. And don't be afraid to draw on top of the prosthetic so that everything looks like it's all coming from the place. You just don't want it coming out from the sides of where the prosthetic ends, because then it's going to make it a lot more noticeable of where it stops and starts. So now I'm going to take a black pencil eyeliner and just go over my lids, because I want to look infected, like this kind of happened on like a regular normal day. So I want it to look like maybe I had makeup on, but now it's, you know, being overpowered by me being infected. So I'm going to do some black liner on the lid. And I am going to put on a little bit of mascara. This is just a brown mascara, so it's going to be a little bit lighter and more natural. And this is the Rocket Volume mascara. I'm going to bring the neck into this, because it would not make sense to just have this all on our face, especially if this is something that's spreading through the body. So I'm going to take a blush brush in this green and just add it kind of all over the neck. Now we are going to add some fake blood to our wounds, and actually a stencil on the neck. This is the stencil I chose. It is like a bite mark sort of stencil, so maybe that's where the infection comes from. Like I know there's different versions of like a zombie plague where it's like an actual plague, like it's a virus. So there is our bloody bite mark. Now I'm just going to take some blood and add it to the prosthetics so they look a little bit fresh. I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm not going to put it in my nose because this is like mint flavored, so it will burn if I put it in my nose. But I'm just going to have like a trickle coming out of my nostril. And the last step to this whole thing, I am going to put a little bit of lipstick on, just so, again, it kind of goes with that I was at work, got infected, here we are sort of thing. And this is Paint Me from Shiseido. Alright guys, so this is the finished infected nurse look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It turned out way better than I expected. This was like just throwing something at the wall and hoping it sticks. And it did stick, and I really like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.